Welcome, Anna Collins here for Rosie Studio. Today we're going to create this lovely shaker card. Let me go over the products I use. From the Oh Joyful Day collection, we're going to use a few items. First, let's go over the 6x6 pad. This pad has 40 sheets, 20 designs, and a total of 6 foil sheets. They're duplicated. So here are the papers. The first was like a pink with figgy pudding on it. This is a sweater type design, red on red. These are single-sided. This is pink with diamond, pink tone-on-tone diamonds. This has got snow globes on it. This is pattern plaid, and it has a little bit of splatter on there. These are white stars on a red background, and they're like funky stars, which are cute. These are a variety of candy canes and peppermints. Super cute. And all the bows on here have different colors, but the colors that are in the collection. So pink, mint, green, and so forth. This is a check pattern, tone-on-tone green. This is a diagonal stripe, and it has foil in there. Go foil, hopefully you can pick it up. We'll be using this one for our card today. This is holly on a pale blue background. Super pretty. These are the colors you'll find throughout this collection, and in bold stripes. This one has like the Nutcracker themed people, the little girl, the Nutcracker, and ballerinas. Super adorable. We'll be using the little girl in our shaker today. This is like the red one. This is stars on a green background. This one has poinsettias with foiled ribbons. This is fa la 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 la, foiled all across. This one I'm calling Christmas lights because I'm not sure what else to call it, with a red background. We'll be using this paper as well. It's pink with the tiny little stars that have all the colors of the collection. This is tone-on-tone Christmas trees. Those are not stripes, those are Christmas trees. And this is Santa, which I like because they have a variety of skin tones on our Santas here. So it represents a nice representation. Okay, those are the 6x6 paper, and the paper also comes in 12x12. We're going to go over the ephemera pack. This is the ephemera pack. You get 140 pieces, 2 of each, and this has got a lovely mesh of things. You have florals, you have little mice, you have the Nutcracker people, which I'm going to use the little girl today. You have the houses, Christmas trees, presents, Santa, Christmas sweater, ornaments, and such. These are the chipboard frames. We're going to be using these today. I'm going to open this and go over it with you really quickly. You have a variety of these little frames. They all have their little center pieces, which you can save for something else. And they have foiling on them because this collection has foil throughout. So you have these little snow globes. We're going to use a snow globe today. That one says wonderful. Here you have a little, this one has little peppermints on it, florals, pinks, just all the colors you find throughout this collection. This is a snowflake here with foiled and stockings. So we're going to use one that has pink and this says the word joyful on it, which is foiled. So I'm going to move all of these items, and then we're going to bring in the components for our card. To save us some time, I went ahead and trimmed and have everything ready for us to go. So here is our frame. I popped out the center. I kept it here just to show you, which you can use for something else, for another card. You can stamp on it and so forth. I just popped it out. I'm going to save it to the side because we're going to create a shaker card today. See, here's the little foil joyful, and it has like a little bit of like filigree or something next to it. Here's our little girl, and she came from the ephemera pack, and in her gift, the little gift has a little foiled in gold bow, or in bow and ribbon. Also from the ephemera pack, I pulled out a little pink poinsettia. Here's that pink pattern paper with the stars, the multicolor stars. That's going to be for the background of our shaker. Here's the diagonal stripe pattern paper with the foil. This is some teal cardstock from my stash. I got it to coordinate as best as I could with the pattern paper and our card base. There you go. All right, so I'm going to set everything off to the side because we're going to create our shaker first. Oh, and I have some little shaker bits. That's from my stash. So I'm going to move everything else out to the side. Oh, this is my acetate. I have some acetate here, and it has a protective layer, which I'll remove, and we'll use that. So I'm going to first start off. I'm going to jump right into it. Here, I'm going to start off by trimming some more of my acetate. I trimmed it quickly, but I'm going to trim it a little bit better. Any of these little pieces that hang off. You could do it after as well, but I just want to make sure I cut as many of these little pieces off. So here I'm going to place this down, and I have double stick tape here that I'm going to use. Let's all laugh at me here. These chipboard pieces tell you on the package that they have adhesive on them. This is when you realize I didn't read my own packaging. That's okay. I go ahead and put some of this adhesive down, and then I realize, wait a minute, this removes. This is sticky back. So I have to remove all this, get rid of all of that double stick tape. It's okay. I'm going to use the double stick tape anyway, because although the chipboard piece is adhesive, I want to make sure that my shaker doesn't come apart. So I'm going to go ahead and add some double stick tape either way onto the back of this chipboard piece. Yes, I know. There are days that I am just on it, and then there's other days where I'm not. So, okay, so now that I have all this on here, I'm going to add this last little piece to all the circle part of my chipboard piece here. Okay, once that's on, I'm going to set the rest of that aside. I'm going to rub it down really well. I'm going to remove the backing off of my acetate here, get rid of it, and then I'll place it down. I'm going to remove the backing of my double stick tape. I wanted to make sure I got the right side on there. Once that's removed, I will place the acetate onto it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the other backing off of it because it'll become difficult to peel off once I stick it down. Now you see it's nice and clear. I'll press that really down firm, and then I'll trim off any excess that's showing. It's hard to tell on camera or on the video here that I'm trimming off any of that because it's clear and you can see right through it. So there you have it. So I'm going to grab some thin foam strips, and I get my thin foam strips from Baerly Art. They're called cubes, I think. I'll link it in the description below. So they're nice and thick, so you don't have to double up to make it, your shaker, because they're nice and thick, but they're thin for little pieces like this, and they have them in various widths. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the foam adhesive all on the back of my chipboard piece here. Once I have that all filled in, then I will continue making my shaker. I'm just about done. One more little piece right there. Okay, have that all set. I'm going to put this on a piece of paper so that we can see what I'm doing. There you go. It's actually the cardstock panel for the card. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and grab my little triangle tray here so I can throw some of these confettis into my little thing. Here, I'm going to end up dumping this because then I remember, oh yeah, I got to put my little girl in here. So I dump it all out into my triangle tray. And this is how I'm going to adhere my little girl on here. So I'm going to take my little girl and I'm going to cover her in Baerly Art Glue. Just put some on here, and then I'm going to smear it so it's nice and even coat. With my finger, just spread it nice and thin. You can see she's sticky glossy there. And then I'm going to press her face down onto my acetate. And I'm going to rub it, burnish it down. Check it, make sure there's no bubbles. And then once that's good, now I can add the rest of my little confetti pieces. Now you can put your girl on the inside or the out. It's totally up to you. But that's how I did it, and it stayed perfectly, and it still shakes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove all the foam backing stuff off of it so I can expose the adhesive. And then I'll grab that little pink paper with the little stars and press it onto our the back of our little shaker there. I have a few more pieces. I guess I didn't remove them. I'm going to make sure I get them all off. Just using my scissors to get the adhesive backing off. Press that all in place, and now I'm just going to trim all the extra right off. That's it. Just go around neatly around the back, and you don't have to worry about it if it's not perfect. It's not going to be seen. It's going to be adhered to your card. So once that's done, there you go. Our shaker is done. So I'm going to remove the rest of the adhesive backing and set our shaker to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and start building the rest of our card. So I'm going to bring in, I have a white cardstock panel, and I'm going to adhere our pattern paper onto my teal cardstock. Now, the reason why I'm putting the white is because this teal cardstock is super lightweight. I've had it in my stash forever, but it's the one that matched the best. So I'm going to adhere that to give it a little firmness to white cardstock. The white cardstock is 110 pounds. So is my card base. So this will give it a nice thickness to our front panel, especially since we have our little shaker on here. We want to give it some strength. So I'm going to adhere my little shaker using a little Baerly Art Glue. That gives me a little wiggleness, to shake it, make sure I have it where I want it. I'm placing that in the center. Now this little poinsettia came from the Ephemera pack. I'm going to adhere that just here to the left side. And there you go. Here's our shaker. Oh, so cute. Now we're going to adhere our panel to our card base. Once we have that, we can add our little finishing touches, which are going to be some gold confetti pieces, because we're going to accent that with gold, being that there's gold foil on our background and on our ephemera piece. So the little girl has gold on her present. The joyful will be our sentiment, which is gold foiled. Just bringing that throughout. And there's our card. It's complete. Super quick, super easy. Took me maybe 20 minutes, if that, to create this. So here we used our Oh Joyful Day chipboard ephemera, or chipboard frames actually they are. We used the ephemera pieces from Oh Joyful Day, which is the little girl and the little poinsettia, and the pattern paper. I will have everything linked in the description box below for you from Rosie Studio on. And here's our shaker card. Thank you for being here. I hope you found some inspiration.